Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Ballistic SG Maxx case for the HTC Evo 4G LTE. You are more than welcome to check out the SG Maxx at any time over at its official website, and that is going to be located at www.goballisticcase.com. As always, we encourage you to check out the product in today's video at our own homepage as well, and that is going to be located at www.daydeal.com. Now, I do want to mention that Ballistic actually has not one but two cases for the Evo 4G LTE phone, the other one being the original Ballistic SG. And since both cases are so similar to one another, really the SG Maxx is just a case that has two additions on top of it. We would say that if you're looking for a video review of the plain SG, you can go ahead and watch this one and you're going to get pretty much the same information. All right, so we just want to kind of throw that tidbit out there and just cover more of an audience. So moving forward from that, let's go ahead and give you the unofficial measurements of the SG Maxx on the Evo 4G LTE phone. As always, these numbers that you see in front of us are not official numbers. We would love to give them to you if they were available, but since they are not, we went ahead and took the measurements ourselves so that you guys can have an idea of what to expect if you own the case for your phone. Starting with the weight of the SG Maxx, that is going to come in at a hefty 68 grams. Its length, 145 millimeters. Its width, 80 millimeters. Its depth at 16 millimeters. This means if you decide to use this case on your phone, you will be adding 10.2 millimeters to the length, 11.1 millimeters to the width, and finally 7.1 millimeters to the depth of the Evo 4G LTE. So hopefully you find that information useful. Let's go and toss that aside and continue on further with more information. Now, the SG Maxx is available in three lovely colors. Unfortunately, we only have two of the three colors in today's video. Starting on the left-hand side in its snazzy retail package, that is going to be white with black. That is also the same color we will be demonstrating on our dummy version of the Evo 4G LTE in just a moment. To the right of that is all-purpose black, which is the more common color. You should be able to find this at most online stores as well as retail stores wherever they carry Ballistic products. The one color we have missing is going to be hot pink with black, so that color is available, and if you are interested in that particular color, you're more than welcome to check that out over at the official website at goballisticcase.com. Now, unfortunately, the HTC Evo 4G LTE phone is one of those phones that was sandwiched in between some pretty major releases, one being the HTC One X and the other one being the Galaxy S3, and because of that, cases have been kind of trickling in for the phone. They still do exist, but they're not that popular, and that is why we were reviewing one of these cases today that recently was released, but it hasn't really drawn that much attention, unfortunately. So hopefully we can open your eyes to this particular product. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the gusto. I am going to move the retail package out of the way and show you all the ins and outs of the SG Maxx. So what is included? Well, first of all, you get a cute little Ballistic sticker. You're more than welcome to stick this wherever you need to. Some people will be rude and tell you to stick it where the sun don't shine. I say you can just go ahead and stick it on your car window, on your laptop, on your face, wherever you need to stick the sticker at. It's free advertising for Ballistic, so you want to do them a solid. There you have it. There's that sticker. Let's go and toss that aside and move on to more important stuff. Now, the SG Maxx, what makes this different from the SG case by itself, other than being available in three colors instead of just one, the original SG case is only available in black. With black, is that it includes a belt clip holster that you see on the right-hand side, as well as a screen protector, but this is not your standard run-of-the-mill screen protector. What this really is a screen shield that acts as an additional layer. So let's go and pop that out and show you what we're talking about. So this is the screen protector that is included with the SG Maxx. Okay, it's actually a very, very thin piece of plastic, okay, and it is made to act in lieu of a screen protector that you would paste on to the actual screen of your phone. But also, this is not one of those screen protectors that's already built into the case, so that way you don't have to worry about it getting damaged, and then you're going to end up with a screen protector that's permanently stuck on the case itself that's either going to be scratched up or really dirty. Okay, so it's a really nice design. It's very easy to clean. That being said, we do want to mention that this particular screen protector does have its own issues. Okay, it has the same issues that you would find on any screen protector out there that's already built in that once you use it, and you put it on your phone, you will have to remove it from time to time to clean it out, because you're going to get this nasty effect, what we call a rainbowing effect. Some people call kind of a bubbling or watermark effect, where your screen starts to look distorted. That is due to the fact that moisture has built underneath the protector itself on top of your screen. Okay, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. But we do like this design. Okay, it does its job. It's pretty nice. It's pretty easy to clean. Let's go ahead and move on to the next layer. Now, the core SG is actually made of 3 layers. You actually have a silicone skin layer, which comprises layer number 1, a polycarbonate shell, which is layer number 2, and a gel layer, that's what they call it, which is really just a soft rubber layer, and that is layer number 3. So 1, 2, and 3. You will notice a kickstand is built into this particular version of the SG, and this is usually akin to SG Maxx cases. However, this is also available on the original SG. As a matter of fact, if you put this together, this is the SG case, and as we mentioned, this is what makes it the Maxx. So the Maxx is on the right, this is the SG on the left. So now you understand what we're talking about. Unfortunately, the kickstand we felt was the last minute addition on this particular product. Of course, it looks like it was designed with a lot of thought in mind, but in reality, it's a pretty thin kickstand, so much in fact that it can't even hold up on its own weight, and it's so thin that it's very easy to go ahead and break right off. So we would say that this is a novelty on the SG Maxx. If you're really looking for a case with a kickstand, this is not it. It is there and you can use it, but you have to be very delicate with it, and we think that after repeated usage it just might break on you. Okay, so that is very unfortunate to an overall pretty snazzy looking product, and that's what we would say about that particular kickstand. Other than that, the SG Maxx does have a nice silicone skin on it. This is really the core of the case. It does unfortunately attract lint, so it is not one of those products that it's easy to slide in and out of pockets. There are dust covers where available. We'll show you that in just a moment. The shell layer is also pretty self-explanatory, thick stuff, the typical quality we've come to expect from Ballistic, and we'll show you the belt clip holster at the very end of the video. So let's go ahead and give you a 360 tour of the pre-installed version. So once you have everything installed, this is how it looks like. Starting with the front of the phone, you notice that the raised corners as well as the raised lip and the screen protector all work in tandem in one another to really help protect the front of your phone. So this is definitely one of those cases that protects what's important, that is the screen on your Evo 4G LTE. So if you happen to rest your phone on its face, it is in good hands. Not only are the corners raising it up and away from the surface you're resting it against, but the screen protector is also helping out as well. So even if you just dead drop this phone onto hard cement, onto hard concrete, we think it's going to be very well taken care of. At least the front of the phone is anyway. The same thing can be said along the sides and the corners, because they do stick out quite a bit. Moving on to the top, we have a covering for the power button. Sticks out quite nicely, very easy to press. We also have a dust cover for the audio jack. Now this is an old school dust cover, not our favorite design. It has a male tip on there, meaning that you do have to jam it into the female port of the phone, the audio jack anyway, but it's not the end of the world. Once it actually is jammed in there, it does stay in there quite nicely. There's an opening for the noise cancellation microphone. And we also want to tell you that the opening for the audio jack will accommodate straight connector tips as well as angled connector tips just fine, as long as you run the angled wire along the back of the case. We went to this side. Let's show you the dust cover for the USB port, and we're going to pop that out. That is also a old school design. It has a male plug to it, so in other words, you have to jam it into the female port, but once it is there, it is going to be secure, so that's a nice addition. On this side, we have 2 coverings for your volume up and down rocker switch. They do stick out quite nicely. The same thing had to be said for this third button, which I believe is the camera button, so there you have it. We went to the back, opening for the speaker, and that is the kickstand we mentioned earlier, as well as the opening for the camera lens and the LED flash. And the kickstand only works in one orientation. As you can see how thin and flimsy it is. Unfortunately, it will only work in landscape mode in this direction. All right. The belt clip holster is your standard run-of-the-mill belt clip holster. Okay. It's a ratcheting belt clip holster. It almost has full rotation, but as you can see, not really. So it's just 180 degrees, but it can be kind of deceiving if you have it at a certain angle. It also, unfortunately, has a plastic hinge, so that's going to show you what we're talking about. So that is not a metal hinge, unfortunately. It's not a spring-loaded hinge. It is just a plastic polycarbonate hinge. So you do have to be very careful with it. If you're not, it will wear over time very quickly. And finally, this is a face-in design only belt clip holster. You cannot use it face out. And that is it, guys, for the Ballistic SG Maxx on the HTC Evo 4G LTE. So closing thoughts and comments. This is a pretty decent product for the phone. We weren't too excited about the kickstand that was built into it. We thought it was an afterthought, but we do like the way the case, the core case anyway, protects your phone. The belt clip holster isn't anything exciting to talk about, anything to write home about, but it does do its job. And all in all, we would say that this is a pretty lukewarm offering from Ballistic. We've definitely seen better SG Maxx cases made for other phones out there. So if you really like the design, go for it. Check it out at goballisticcase.com as well as daydo.com. But we would say there are other options out there. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, our YouTube channel, as well as our Pinterest board. Thanks for watching as always. We will see you next video review.